Alright, welcome back to Adobe Photoshop CC and Adobe Illustrator CC. So in the previous tutorial with this project, we're working on creating a post-apocalypse sort of zombie outbreak sign here. And I basically created these different graphics in Illustrator. And now we're going to bring them into Photoshop. So I've actually already brought in these two here as smart objects and basically created a group. So they're inside this group here. So what I have here now is a couple of textures I got from like Texture King. It's a great source here. Here's textureking.com or cgtextures.com. Great texture sites to try out. This one in particular, though, if I turn off this one, I've got these weird little circular things that I'm not that crazy about. So what I can do is use what's called the spot healing brush. This is an awesome tool in Photoshop. Basically increase the size using the paintbrush tool the bracket tools, which is just like paintbrush. And what you do is essentially paint over these little spots, and Photoshop basically clones them out, basically automatically, removes them. If there's a little spot you don't like, you can get rid of pretty quick and easy. I find this tool immensely just incredibly useful for different projects. So the spot healing brush, maybe I don't like this one little swirl part, so I can kind of break it up a little bit, but overall much more interesting texture, and now it works well with this layer. I have this layer set to multiply, and I've dropped the opacity a little bit. I didn't want it to be quite so strong. So let's turn on this layer, this group here, and what I want to do is take the texture from this layer and apply it to these guys here, essentially these bars. So let's show you how to do this. I'm going to select this layer, go into the channels, and then as you can click on each of these channels, the red, green, and blue over here on the right, you can duplicate the one that you think is the most contrast. I think the blue one looks pretty good. So all you do is drag it down to the folder icon here next to the trash can, and you get essentially a duplicate copy. Then you can treat it like a mask. So I'm going to hit Control L or Command L on the Mac to bring up the levels command and basically increase the contrast here a little bit. Just going to adjust these a little bit, click OK. Now what I can do is hold the Control key or the Command key right on the little thumbnail, the thumbnail itself, and click. What that'll do is it'll make it a selection. I'm going to bring back the entire unit of the channel by clicking on the word RGB. Click on the layers, and then what I'm going to do, funny enough, is turn off this layer. So I'm not going to utilize that layer. I'm just going to use the mask, which is through the channels. So I'm going to click on the group, which is these bars here. And what I'm going to do is click on this layer mask. Now once I do that, what happens is I get this cool grunge effect that comes through on the bars. Pretty awesome, right? So other things you can do, I can double click on this layer and bring up layer styles. Maybe I want to apply a bevel emboss, and create some embossing on there. Maybe I want to choose, let's see, we've got inner bevel, outer bevel, emboss, pillow. I think inner bevel is good, but I think I'll choose a chisel hard just to make it pop a little bit more, increase the depth a little bit there. Maybe the size. So you can kind of play around with these settings a little bit, and then click OK. Maybe I'll do, let's see, maybe I could do a drop shadow. Makes it a little bit darker, gives a little more depth to it. I think I like that. Click OK. So this is looking pretty interesting now. So now let's bring in some other things into this image now. I don't need this texture. Close this out. I am going to go ahead and save this. You should do this every once in a while. Do File, Save. And it looks like I had it crashed at one point, so it has a recovered version. So I just want to overwrite the original here. Click Yes to replace. Click OK. And then what I'm going to do is come back to Illustrator. And at this point, I think I want to copy this element here. So I'm going to select it, hit Control C to copy, go back to Photoshop, and then hit Control V to paste. And that's Command V on a Mac. And then I want to choose Smart Object. Always choose Smart Object. Click OK. Very important, because otherwise it'll become pixels. You don't want that. So now I can place this where I want, and I think somewhere over here might be kind of cool. Click and then hit Return. Now I like the red, but I may want to add again that some texture to it. So I'm going to go File, Open, and create and find another texture in here that I can use. So maybe, I don't know, this one. Let's see what this looks like. Click Open. Yeah, this looks like a good texture. I'm just going to drag it up, drag it down, and drop. I am going to resize it. So again, normally I don't recommend upscaling textures, but this is for demonstration purposes. So I'm going to hit return. And with this one, I'm just going to clip it. I'm going to hold Alt and basically click between the masks. It's another way to apply textures to a particular layer. And then I can simply change the blend mode to maybe not overlay, but maybe multiply. Get this kind of effect, which is kind of cool. Let's see. I think I kind of like the style effects of these guys, and I might want to apply the same ones to this. Well, the cool thing about style effects is you can actually come over to them and duplicate them. So I'm going to right click and go to Copy Layer Style, which is these two here. And then on this layer, the smart object itself, right click and Paste Layer Style. And just like that, boom, I got these style effects. Now, if it's a little strong like that is, I may want to adjust it. So I can double click, go in and Build Emboss, and I can adjust the depth a little bit, maybe bring it out. Maybe it's just the size of the bevel that's a little strong. I don't mind the chisel, but maybe just the size of it's just a little bit too strong for this image. And that looks pretty good. Okay, click OK. I like that. All right, so let's start to finish this up. So the next thing we're going to bring over is the zombie outbreak text. So again, copy and then paste. Again, after you select it, it's Control C or Command C on the Mac. And then paste, it's Control V or Command V on the Mac. Click OK. I've got this cool text here. I actually like the size pretty well. I do want it to be inside the image just slightly, so I'll hold Shift and Option to scale it down just a little bit, like so. Hit return. Now this one, I may want to do some texturing also. So let's see. I could do, if I switch it to like multiply, that's not going to do anything, or darken, because it's a solid black. If I did change it, so here's another trick I'm going to show you. I'm going to add a new layer, and I just realized what happened there. I accidentally unclipped some texture there, it looks like. Let's see here. So that one's going into, okay, so what happened here is this texture is in the wrong location. So I have to hold Alt or Option and clip. There we go. Got the texture back. So here's the text. This is the top. And what I want to do is actually Control or Command click on it to make it active, the little thumbnail. Add a new layer. And this one I'm actually just going to paint. So I'm going to open up my brush really big. And I think I'm going to choose one of these colors in here, but then make it a little bit darker, a little bit richer, and basically just paint in there. Just like that. Hit Control D. I'm going to turn off the layer below and then change the blend mode here to say like overlay, and you get this kind of effect here, right, where you get some of the text coming through, which looks pretty cool.